The killings and burnings in Benue Road in Bamenda, chief town of the northwest region of Cameroon, has been described as the symptoms of the scorched earth agenda of the Yaoundé regime on the northwest and southwest English-speaking regions of Cameroon. A wave of condemnations and disturbing reactions following the burnings that saw several persons killed and houses destroyed in Benue Road in Bamenda in the northwest region. Tuesday this week has been qualified as a bloody but a dark one in the northwest regional chieftain Bamenda following the unfortunate incident, and Cameroon has again been placed on a very disturbing position as far as the well-being and treatment of journalists is concerned. It is in one of the latest outings of the Committee to Protect Journalists. Meantime, Minister Paula Tanganji, Cameroon's territorial administration boss, says that he who wants to fight must be ready and know that he is having hands and legs. The minister was speaking to governors of the 10 regions of Cameroon in their second biannual conference in the nation's political capital city, Yaoundé. These stories and more will be yours in this edition of the news. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for choosing to listen to news on Equinoxe television. You're on to the primetime newscast on Equinoxe television, live from our central news desk in Douala, Cameroon's economic capital city. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for choosing to listen to and get connected to information on the best of television channel Equinoxe. We begin with our top story: the burnings and killings in Bamenda, precisely in Bengue Road, one of the neighborhoods in the northwest regional chieftain Bamenda, has left the city devastated. Inhabitants torch. They say that they thought they had seen the worst in the armed conflict rocking the northwest and southwest English-speaking regions of Cameroon for 5 years now, but no, because a disturbing incident of yesterday or on Tuesday saw several persons burnt alive, as our northwest regional correspondent Mbo Stella tells us in the following report.
They work there for years. Where did they work for years?
Sources say at least 3 people were killed. Houses and shops burnt at Hospital Roundabout and Bengue Road in Bamenda too. Some residents say separatists planted and detonated improvised explosive devices at Bengue Road earlier in the day. The results were thunderous gunshot sounds heard across neighborhoods in Bamenda, and as the night falls, their houses went up in flames. No one has claimed responsibility of last night's incident, but the population are accusing soldiers for burning their homes. The conflict that began in 2016 with street protests by teachers and lawyers had since turned violent, and every day the human and material loss is increasing.
The reactions have so far been coming in so far following the unfortunate incident. The incident has been qualified as the symptoms of the scorched earth agenda of the central government vis-a-vis the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. One of the reactions contacted following the roasting and killings of people in Bamenda is that of Ndasi Elvis, who is one-time National Youth President of the National Union for Democracy and Progress political party of Cameroon's Minister Bello Buba Maigari, who said it's a long-term plan to annihilate Anglophones in Cameroon. The youth leader of the National Union for Democracy and Progress political party, currently residing in the United States of America, summarized his frustrations and sorrow in a piece titled "Doubt Why They Continue to Burn Our Homes," referring to the situation in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. He went further to say that it's been the agenda of the government of Cameroon since the late 80s that had established an assimilation plan that consists of the following. He stated that it is part of a plan which consists of the following: the ruin of their economy, referring to the economy of the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon, target the educational system, destroy their culture, and of course disperse them, referring to the people of the Anglophone regions of Cameroon. And in the same reaction, he went further to say that they have been implementing this strategy systematically. And of course, the Yaoundé regime, according to him, started by closing all the major corporations and businesses that were keeping the economy of the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon alive. He cited that of Medino, the Coffee and Cocoa Board, the Cameroon Bank, and other structures which are no longer functioning in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. And we continue in the area of killings and insecurity, taking you from the Anglophone regions to the far north region of Cameroon, where enormous material damage has been recorded. Several persons killed following conflict and confrontations between Arab Shuas and Muslims in Kusiri, in the far north region of Cameroon. Consequently, the Cameroon-Chad border has been closed, with orders from the head of the military transitional government in Chad. They said that it's been closed as a way to stop the conflict from spreading across the border to the neighboring Chad. We have details with Charles Habane Ekome in the following report.
The town of Kusiri, in the far north region of Cameroon, is plagued by violence following the confrontation between the Arab Shua and Muslim communities. Enormous material damages and loss of human lives have been recorded. Moreover, the injured victims are presently receiving health care at the Kusiri District Hospital. However, medical personnel at the hospital also fear for their lives because the health facility is filled with indigents from the Arab Shuas and Muslim communities who are still in a heated bloody war. Markets have been looted as well as homes burnt to the ground. The cost of damages incurred is estimated at several billions of francs CFA. Even though this morning calm is said to have returned to the town of Kusiri, several parents have refused to send their children to school. Since yesterday evening, the president of the transitional government in Chad has ordered the Cameroon-Chad border be locked so as to avoid tensions from escalating and to prevent the Arab Shuas in Chad to cross into Cameroon.
And on to something else, we talk about the half-hour of journalists practicing in Cameroon following the release of the Committee to Protect Journalists. A new report from the Committee to Protect Journalists, the CPJ, shows that Cameroon still remains among one of the top jailers of journalists in the world. Known for extreme censorship and press stifling, Cameroon as of 2021 has at least 6 journalists jailed for their profession in Cameroonian prisons. It is one of the latest reports from the Committee to Protect Journalists, an institution monitoring the welfare and well-being of journalists in Africa and the rest of the world. And we talk about the outing of Cameroon's Minister of Territorial Administration, Paula Tanganji, who is currently chairing a meeting with governors of the 10 regions of Cameroon in Yaoundé. The minister, in the course of that event, has called on the governors of the regions of Cameroon to do all they can in order to give a good image of the country ahead of the African Cup of Nations Tournament 2022. Cameroon will be the center of attention from January 9th to February 2022 when the AFCON will be played, stated Minister Tanganji. Speaking further, Minister Tanganji indicated we must fight against public disorder before, during and after the competition. We must keep our cities clean by fighting against urban disorder and by organizing the motorbike sector. Minister Paul Tanganji, speaking to the governors, also indicated that political actors agitating for reforms in Cameroon must know that anyone who wants to go into a fight must have hands and legs. We shall be coming back to the declaration of Minister Paula Tangaji subsequently. Time for us to talk the outing of mayors in Cameroon. Mayors who've actually expressed worries on what they say is the non-effective transfer of resources and competencies from the central government as outlined by the modalities of the decentralization code in Cameroon. Immaculate Fogwe tells us more in the following report.
Confronted with the problem of rapid urbanization, which has led to land abuse, especially in big cities. The high cost of land in big cities has forced many persons to build houses in a risk-prone environment, putting their lives at risk. In order to address the problem of urban disorder, a methodological guide on the elaboration of local plans for land management and sustainable regional development was deliberated upon. The guide is expected to help councils effectively carry out their duty. This platform will be a guide for local administrative authorities so they can adequately handle projects concerning their councils. The guide will be implemented in the 10 regions of Cameroon. This guide, which is already being implemented in Bangasina subdivision, the center region, and Mintam in the south region, is set to be yielding fruits. Development cannot be carried out in empty space. With the collaboration of the population who know their terrain so well, we hope for a positive change. With the exporters of foreign partners like the European Union and the German Development Agency, there is much hope that the decentralization process will be fully implemented. A surveillance team is expected to be sent on the field in the 10 regions of Cameroon. They will be gathering the reactions of the population on how to address the problem of urban disorder in their different localities.
Observers say land problems is one of major problems that needs to be handled with seriousness by the central government. They say that several communities are suffering problems linked to land ownership. As reporters, Manjikangebe takes a keen interest in the following report.
Works have intensified at a site around the Pakuvita in the Douala 5 subdivision. Some weeks back, some houses were destroyed by authorities of Douala 5 subdivision on this site on grounds that the people trading here were causing urban disorder. We are fighting urban disorder. The person who had land was told ere long to quit the zone, but he was stubborn to do that. Surprisingly, it is another structure which is about to be put up, notwithstanding the destruction that was done by the municipal authorities. The owner of the land had documents which gave him right to use the land. It is a land that we worked hard for it to be used, after which we took permission from the authorities. It seems it's just private interest. The site causing trouble is a Machi zone, having a high tension crossing and several antennas. At the site, it was indicated that a drainage was to be constructed, but surprisingly, it's another structure which is about to be erected.
And prices of basic commodities in markets in the economic capital city, Douala, and other regions are said to have increased as the days narrow to end of year festivities, and also fish and chicken, as well as other important food items, are said to have been witnessing, or are said to be witnessing scarcity. Our reporter Malak Glory went to some of the markets in the economic capital city, Douala, and sampled the opinions and concerns of traders and buyers.
Vegetable oil, fish, chicken and other basic commodities have experienced a drastic increase in their prices on the market as the end of year festivity is approaching.
Things are just increasing on daily basis. Today you may buy something at 500 francs and tomorrow it just increased at 800 francs. We don't know why.
Here at the Dedo market in the city of Douala, business persons complain of this increase, which has affected sales, and there is fear of a continuous increase in the days ahead.
The prices will increase because only about a week ago we bought groundnut oil for 23,000. Then just few days we bought it for 24,000, and they are still telling us that they will still increase the prices.
Despite the fact that this is the period of white yam, one of those food items mostly consumed during this festive season, its price has as well escalated.
Na time for yam this. Okay, but Korean no day. We don't buy one heap, so if they quality by quality, and so we sell them. And na time for Christmas this, so anyone must chop yam because hand no they the same. We buy yam like a 50 times, go for a 50 na 65. So na so we buy yam. The Christmas market.
Buyers and sellers also complain of the scarcity of fish and chicken on the market. To these business persons, the situation is worse than the previous years due to the present economic situation of the country.
Coming up is Talking Points, still for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us on Talking Points. We're receiving a political analyst. We're receiving Padia Sanga. Thanks for accepting our invitation.
Yeah, for me, I'm very, very grateful to be on your platform once again. And I will not hesitate to thank the promoters of Equinoxe Television for recruiting young, vibrant journalists like you who are excelling and getting in every household. And I want to say that you are a household name, and when you gave me the invitation, I could not say no, because it is, for me, Armstrong.
It's my pleasure. Thanks very much. Once again, we want to go into the issues to be discussed, starting with the concerns, growing reactions from individuals after the incident at Bengui Street in Bamenda, where houses were burnt and some persons reportedly burnt alive in their homes, others killed. We just read the reaction of Ndasi Elvis. You know him very well. He said to him it's a symptom and a continuation of what he qualified as a scorched earth agenda of the central government against the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. What's your analysis in that same line?
You see, for me, I'm one of those people who would say things the way it is. Mm-hmm. And we Anglophones are the ones suffering. Anglophone is not a culture, but it's a political identity that was legated to us by the British. And one thing you have to also understand is that you can't plant bitter leaf and harvest sugar cane. What is happening in Bengui also happened in the BLM. Ask yourself, why is it not happening in Boya or in Kambe or in Limbe? Have you people asked yourself that question? So, I am not here to castigate our communities, but I'm saying that we know what is happening there and why it is happening there in Bengui.
Why is it happening there?
There are hosts of people who are keeping Amber Boys. Some have dropped their guns. And I'm part of those people who are saying that drop your guns and save your life and start listening to scavengers who are in the diaspora like myself. That's what I'm saying. And when you keep those boys there, this military will come there and they will do what they want to do. If it's a policy to raise the whole northwest and southwest, it would have been done long ago. And nobody will be living there. Nobody will be living there. So let's be honest to say, you people know that Bengui Road, Bengui Park, you are talking about Bengui, not even in Bengui. It is Bengui Park.
Bengui Park.
And there is a base there. And we know who the people who are there. Do you know who are the victims? They are not the Amber Boys. They are not the military. They are civilians, and it is done because they want to create headlines. So what are you doing in Similar? Go and attack. You know where the military bases are. You said you want to fight the military. Why are you not going to fight the military where they are? You come and hide in civilian agglomerations, you shoot the military and run into people's houses and threaten them with guns to hype you, and you think that the military... the Israelis have done it with Hamas. They raised down buildings that Hamas people were hiding in and launching attacks on the Israelites. So we cannot keep hiding ourselves. I'm not the only person who is saying this. The Tapang Ivor, Kapo Daniel not tell you that Sarko's group went and killed people in church, in schools? Is it Padi Asanga who said that? So what is the situation? What's the difference between what happened in Bangui, where you have boys hiding in people's house, and you think the military will come and romance you? Which military does that? When you take civilians' agglomerations as your base, they will raise it, and people, there will be casualties, and then people will come and say collateral damage is here, collateral damage not there. Nonsense, foolishness, foolish.
A reporter said the people were actually angry, that some said their houses actually were burnt by the military. According to the report we'll listen to, and the arguments that couldn't the military persons have done better, as in getting to target the individuals, trying as much as possible to avoid the civilian casualties, and burning the houses of people who are actually not the persons they were fighting, or
you're too smart to ask me such a question for me. You are too smart to ask me such a question. Do you really think that if somebody shoots at me and runs into a house, I would think what is in that house? No, let's be honest. You are too smart to ask me such questions. You are a journalist. I know Equinoxe for his competence. If you think that you shoot me and run into this building and I'm having bombs, what would I do in this building? What would I do? No, ask them that question. So people sit in the diaspora and use people's children as the political guinea pigs, and you people want to analyze left, right, center. It doesn't work like that, my man. It the work as so, brother. Who talk the truth for people? Why it not happen for Limbe? Why it not happen for Boya? Why is it not happen in Kambe? Why is it not happening in Bamenda Center? Mbengikwa, I know who is there in Mbengikwa. Na Ayabai people. Na Ayabacho, he don't go recruit the boys who were released from prisons. They will never give you their guns. The cardinal has called them, come, and those who have dropped, they're still alive. I met Nambere, left, right, center. He was in Yaoundé with me. I met Joel. I've been to Boy. I've also been to Bamenda. I don't want to publish the pictures of Bamenda because I don't want to endanger people's life.
Padi Asanga, it looks like we've not seen the worst in this armed conflict.
No, you have not seen it. Let me be honest with you. You have not seen it. Because there are people in the system who want it to be the way it is.
Okay. In the system, as
they are people,
members of government.
Do you not? Are you ignorant of the fact that there's the economy of warfare? There's the economy of warfare, and we have a crumbling regime.
I know, but probably I don't know that there are people within the system, as in members of
who gives information to Amber Boys to know pity and on military operations. It's not Padi Asanga. Padi Asanga is one Cameroon and a peace crusader. It's not Padi Asanga. Go and listen to them. Go and listen. Their audios coming from military personnel who have pronounced their articles. That's what we are saying. So we are not coming on platforms, but we are bound to speak the truth. What happened in Bangui is an unfortunate situation. Those boys will shoot and run, get into people's houses, because that's exactly what they want. The other ones, Sarko's group went and killed children in schools. Ayabacho's group hides in agglomeration and then shoots and run in people's houses. When those people come and kill, they use it as leverage. But it doesn't work like that.
But what do we do? What do we do now? What's the way out? As in,
Anglophones. Listen.
The country is bleeding.
No, Anglophones have a problem, and Anglophones have two problems. There is the problems of marginalization. We are not satisfied with the results of the Grand National Dialogue, but there is also a problem of terrorism. Tapang has told you that Sarko's terrorist group, and Sarko has told you that Ayabacho is also a terrorist. So Anglophones have two problems. Those are the two people who say that they want to liberate, or they call themselves terrorists. It's not Padi who's saying. So Anglophones have to sit and evacuate this question.
As in the meetings we having recently in Canada.
That's it. That's a tipping point. You know, my man Bala was there. Funky Samuel Funky was there.
And the people who called terrorists, they were present.
They came there, they have capitulated, but just that they don't have control over those who are on the ground. And when they manage to give them some for them to have leverage, they will give them some money. Then they will go and do what they have done: shoot and run, get into agreement. How many territory are they controlling? They are not even controlling a tree, but they are sitting in the diaspora. Do you know that Bohabed has a son who's about 25 years? Do you know that Carlson Anyangwe has children who can carry guns? Why are they not sending their children? They are using people who they went and break out of prison, deprive them from going to school, give them banga, concoct all sorts of stuff, say it is Odeshi, when you don't go shooter, you 45. I'm happy that this is an English program, and our people who are watching me, they know what I'm talking about. That's why I use the language that I'm using.
Yes, you are talking about a possible way out as an immediate.
The only way out, Anglophones should sit down and talk, and this Jacobinist government should facilitate
the bleeding and the pains.
That's Cardinal Tumi told you already. That Anglophones should sit down and evacuate the question, because Anglophones have killed Anglophones, and that's why we are insisting. That's why we came to this country. Don't forget that for me. We caution the national dialogue, because dialogue is a process, and that process continues. And that's why we came to this country. I don't hide it from you that I still talk to those people, because we came here and caution the national dialogue, and we want a content. And one of the solutions is that Anglophones the government of Cameroon should go to the hinterlands and reunite Anglophones to have a conversation, so that we should evacuate these questions of Anglophones killing Anglophones, whether you call it Amba versus Amba or military versus military. When I was going to Boya, when I was going to Ngaundere, I saw in 3 wagons in the train, they were all
thank you very
80%.
much, Padi Asanga, a political analyst. You are also a member of the Social Democratic Front.
Sure.
I should insist that you are based in the diaspora.
That's it.
You just came to Cameroon.
That's my identity.
Right?
Yeah, thank you. That's my identity
All
for
right,
me.
thank you.
I want to congratulate you and congratulate your media heights for your neutrality. I will always say thank you for what you guys have been doing.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with Equinoxe Television. We shall be taking you to Yaoundé for newspapers, and we'll bring you back to Douala with Serge Alain Odo for Equinoxe.